Hello and welcome back to Subnautica. I'm Vic, and you're watching yet another Let's Play channel. And I'm waiting on a thing. So why don't we have a little wander around the base while I wait? Oh!
What are you?
Well, you just missed it. I didn't actually introduce myself. So there we go. There she is. And, as you might have guessed, I had to put off doing some things in between sessions because I was stuck with just a few seconds before that scene after my last save, and I really did not want to deprive you of that. That, I think, is probably the moment for most people where things get strange, right? Because up to this point, you're just kind of like exploring an alien planet. You've watched the sunbeam get shot down. Maybe you've had an encounter with a warper. But, well, certainly there hasn't been any telepathy at all. So, why don't we go and take care of a little errand that I was wanting to do in between episodes? That's good content, right? We can listen to a radio beacon first.
This is Life Pod 2, coordinates attached. We're way past our safe depth and bleeding O2. We'll have to swim for the surface, but it's 500 meters straight up. We'll make for the rendezvous and keep you posted. Out.
Signal location uploaded to PDA.
Alright, well, I suppose we can go see what you was up to. Har har. I may have already visited U's life pod. Alright, so I have a Cyclops shield on my to-do list. And for that, I need an advanced wiring kit. And for that, I need copper and silver and gold, and table coral. And I think I'm fresh out. How many cuttlefish eggs are in there? 2? Didn't I have a third one? Anyway, I think I'm fresh out of copper. There's a third one. Good. It's amorphous. Yeah, I am flat out of copper. Alright, so that's going to be mission number 1. We'll take the Mark 69 out.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
And I think we'll go ahead and Cyclops it also, for maximum cargo capacity. Another radio beacon.
Systems online.
I've been sort of debating how much stuff I want to build on the Cyclops. I did put in some lockers, as promised, and I have a food supply, and I don't feel like I've breached the not a base concept yet. I'm dubious about a fabricator. I really want a fabricator so that I can build beacons on the fly, and I feel like that's reasonable. And maybe a radio receiver, but, I mean, how many more radio beacons am I going to have to listen to? Let's just do this one before we go, because otherwise who knows how long I'm going to forget about it.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Aren't I supposed to get translations for those at some point? Not yet, I guess. Okay, so copper. Copper is the mission. How am I doing here? It's topped up there and emptied out there. Good. Fully repaired. Engines offline, 100% power. It's almost like I'm a good custodian of my things. And I have every reason to believe that I am. I am not being sarcastic. I mean, I guess the mission that I did not record to find quartz was pretty rough on my equipment. But I brought it all home, and I got it all fixed up, so I still think that counts as good custodianship. Now, I'm pretty sure that I can find copper in the mushroom forest. And I believe that's where I'm headed. Yeah, here we go. There are, I think, several copper nodes near here. Ah, fuck you, bleeder. Oh, that's not a bleeder. That's a biter. And there we go. There are lots of things I don't know where to find.
Engine powering down.
Copper is not one of them. Precursor thing. Did I visit that yet? I hope I did. So this is going to date the episode a little bit, but yesterday, was it yesterday? I think it was yesterday. The IGN article on the next Subnautica came out, and in the morning it said that the new game was going to be a game as a service, and it was going to be a multiplayer. And I, like I think most Subnautica fans, was pretty ticked about that. But just as I was thinking to myself, I'm going to go get on social media and say something nasty about the new Subnautica, there was an update to the article, and the comment was that they had misspoken, and that they are not going to do an actual game as a service model. They just meant that they intended to continue developing the new Subnautica in the same way that they had done the previous ones, with an extended sort of early access model and a lengthy update period. So I don't know what to make of that. I mean, it's reassuring to hear them say those words, but how exactly is it that there was such a significant misunderstanding? These people have been in this business for 10 years now. You would think that they might have learned the lingo by now. And you would also think that they would be well aware that the game as a service model is failing, or maybe has failed, depending on your perspective. I mean, Justice League is out, or not Justice League, Kill the Justice League is out, and it's clearly a game as a service model, and it is clearly doing very poorly. Certainly the service model might not be the only reason, but it is one of them. So 2 copper nodes is pretty good. I wouldn't mind finding a third. I don't really understand why copper nodes are a thing. Who has a shortage of salt by the time they get the drill arm? It just seems sort of redundant. Alright, that's a third one. So, I think that'll finish me off, so to speak. Go ahead and empty this out, so that I don't have to worry about copper bits running away from me later. So I'm going to get that shield built, and the shield is going to be really nice. And I can take the Cyclops and the prawn suit down to 1,300 meters, which is quite deep. but I don't know if it's deep enough to go all the way through the Lost River. The resource that we need to advance the rest of the way is kyanite. And I know where to find kyanite. I just don't remember precisely how deep it is. So obviously that's on the agenda. And in case you haven't figured it out yet, I have, of course, totally forgotten what I said I was going to do at the end of the last episode. I am in the process of rebuilding my backlog after getting sick and using it all up. So I am currently recording several days ahead of schedule, which is more than enough for me to forget what I said. Mark application? Huh. You know, I think that probably is a new thing. I hope it's a new thing. I hope I haven't been neglecting mark application. That's a beacon we definitely need to check out. Let's make that the rest of the mission for today. We'll go check out Use Life Pod, which I'm pretty sure I have checked out already, but doesn't hurt. Look at that reef back. That is a big perspective shot right there. We'll go check that out, and then we'll go find mark application. If I recall correctly, there are several fun things in that pod. Ooh. Don't waste your marble melons. Take care of your inventory situation. And off you go. It would be nice if there was some kind of mass transfer hotkey. I mean, I guess I can click pretty quick. But even so, you know, it'd be nice. Nom nom nom. And I'm just going to go ahead and finish this off. So that I can be nice and restocked for next time. Alrighty. I'll leave the copper in the prawn suit for now, so that it can be inconvenient for me later. That's a good plan, right? Alright, and you is over that way. Let's not go too eager on the turning. We do need to get deeper any dang way. On the other hand, that over there, I believe, is Reaper territory, so that's something to be mindful of also. Do I dare just go through the forest? Why not? It's oddly quiet, isn't it? Except for the bonks. Getting just a little bit of ambiance music. I feel like it's not normally this quiet. On the other hand, when I'm not recording, I don't have my headphones on, so... Oh! So I listen to other stuff. What is this? That was quite a breach. Is this, Oh, it's the backside of the enforcement platform island. Okay. Didn't realize I was that close. I think that means that I am close to Reaper territory. In fact, I believe I hear them. And yes, that's another beacon. Okay, so let's,
Rig for silent, run ahead slow.
be a little more cautious as I run into a bunch of shit. I should be pretty much indetectable now, unless I get close enough to be spotted. So I should be reasonably safe. How much deeper do we need to go? Well, a lot deeper, because you're not on the bottom yet, dummy. Well, that reminds me. I think at some point I found an island with floaters holding it up. A floating island, you might call it, with a volcanic vent on it. And that struck me as rather odd. Oh, is this it? Maybe this is it. Alright, let's see how the sonar looks. Give me one ping. Do you know what that's a reference to? One ping only. Alright, well, you found a bottom. Is it the one that you were looking for? No. Imagine being in a life pod and having, what, 30 seconds of air in a very basic air tank? And saying to yourself, I'm going to have to get out of this thing and swim 500 meters to the surface. Here we go. I did get scuba certified many years ago, and when you are doing that certification, there is a portion that is expected to be in open water. And one of the things that you do, maybe not necessarily in the open water, is you do a practice emergency ascent from 50 meters, I think. And even that was intimidating. Now, it was a simulated emergency, so I actually had a full air tank. Oof. But in the context of the emergency, you're not to use any air from your tank. And the idea is because the air in your lungs is expanding as you ascend, you actually breathe out the entire 50 meters to the surface. And if you forget to do that, you can seriously hurt yourself. Okay, maybe we haven't been here. Or maybe it's another one of those save game issues that I ran into. Alright. Well, we know where Yu's pod wound up, and we have a pretty good idea what probably happened to Yu. So, moving on. Let me in. There we go. Pay attention to where you are.
Welcome aboard, Captain. All systems online.
So yeah, the idea of ascending from this depth is real scary. I don't think I need to be silent running anymore, so let's save ourselves the power. Immediately gets eaten. And where is that markiplication beacon? Well, it's not in front of me. Where you at? There he is. 2.3 kilometers from here. I'm guessing I'm not going to be staying at depth for that.
Ahead standard.
So we might as well go a little bit faster. Now,
Ahead flagged. Emergency speed. Warning. Vessel counterfeit. Excessive noise.
okay, so I was wondering about the emergency speed thing. I thought there was a fourth speed setting, but I guess ahead flank is also emergency speed. Which is fair. The tricky thing about that is, if you keep the engines there for very long, they catch fire. Which some might call an inconvenience. Me, I'm some. Being in a submarine that is also on fire, not an ideal situation. Alright. Definitely making better time now that we're not trying to be all sneaky quiet. Is it just me or is this wreckage unmarked? Why is there an unmarked wreckage in my ocean?
Engine powering down.
It would be preferable to have the Seamoth in the bay for this mission, but that door is open. Why is that door open if I haven't checked this out? Alright, that door is not open, but I think this one gets closed sometimes. So that's not a good indicator. And this feels familiar, doesn't it? Am I out of beacons? Of course I'm out of beacons, I'm out of copper. Okay. Which means I'm not going to be able to mark this wreck. Which is annoying. If I had a fabricator on the Cyclops, I could solve this problem right now because I have copper. I also could have solved it. Well, no, I haven't been back to the base. Never mind. I suppose I could use some water. I guess. Alright then. But you know what would be super cool? Is if there was a beacon just like lying around here. So that I could use it. No such luck? There was a vent. So one of the mods that I've run across on the Nexus that I think would be one that I would appreciate lets you deploy beacons from the decoy tube. On the other hand, doing them that way probably is not very precise. So maybe I wouldn't appreciate it as much as I think I do. Alright, here's what we're going to do. We're going to use the prawn suit as a beacon.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Because I don't super need it for this part of the mission anyway. So now it's marked. And it'll be fine there on its own, I'm pretty sure. I mean, the Seamoth was fine when I did this last time, so... Also, if anything, this is an even safer area than when I left the Seamoth. I don't think I should be, but I do think maybe I feel a little bit more agile now that my belly empty. Man, another wreck that's like, how did I miss this? I mean, I guess this one at least is on the far side of the safe shallows from where I've been hanging out. so it's more excusable. Another miss? Why is there a beacon named Another Miss? That's correct, because I missed it. It's probably time for me to start doing a better job with color management on beacons. I think I've even said that before. Too bad I don't listen. So I've been thinking a little bit about where I want to set up another base. I think I've said before that I want to build one at the Tree of Life. Since I haven't visited the Tree of Life yet, it's not a very good candidate in the short term. So I'm wondering, there are a couple of places in the blood kelp zones that have thermal vents, and that's probably a good candidate. It meets one of my key requirements for a base. But on the other hand, I've got bioreactors, I've got alien containments. I can make power anywhere I please, as long as I do a little bit of planning. So then the question is there a cooler place? And I guess there are some other neat spots in the Lost River, maybe? Maybe. What biome am I heading into here? This is the crag field. And it's certainly full of those sharky assholes. Alright, we'll go over this, and then we will descend to the markiplication. And those little spiny bastards don't shoot at me when I'm in a giant submarine. What's up with that? Alright, don't crash the ship. You just bumped into something with it, but that's okay. Nobody needs to know. Just be cool, and it'll be alright. Alright, I think this is a reasonable parking spot. Damage?
Engine powering down.
Damage report? No damage. Nice. I can't remember. That's my water. It's alright. Can't remember if it was this way when I played through previously. But it seems the way the Cyclops health works now is there's like 10 or 20% at the top that's basically a shield. And then after that you start taking real damage. So whoever was in this life pod brought a bunch of stuff with them, including a toy car, and a pen stand, and a sample flask.
I've tried everything. The analysis circuits on the fabricator are fried. Can barely manufacture the most basic of materials. Want a battery? Here, have a children's toy. Need deep-sea diving equipment? Have some lab tech. Hungry? I'll turn that fruit into dust for you. I'm going forward with trial and error. I hit every button here has got to make something useful eventually.
Oh, and that's how you ended up with all this stuff. And here we go. Mr. Mark. An unusual doll. And of course I can't pick it up, I have to build it. Alright, so you're coming with me. Well, what's this precursor thing about? We're close, so we might as well go check it out too.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Assuming it's not too scary.
Engine powering up.
in addition to the Cyclops shield, I would very much like to have the thermal reactor. And was there another thing? That might be the only Cyclops thing. Oh yeah, and ion power cells. That's going to be a while. But, yeah, it sure would make life easier, wouldn't it? Alright, what do we have here? It's a cache. Or yeah, it's a cache, right? Did I do this on camera? Did I leave this beacon on camera?
Powering down.
No, this is all stuff that I found while I was skinny dipping, which leads me to realize that it's been neglected for some time. Yeah. Well, that was an oversight on my part, wasn't it? So we got head crabs. We got air. We got cave. And we got archway. This is one of the places that you can portal to from the big spoiler. And we cannot activate it from this end, so nothing going on. And I believe that means that one of the 3 key ingredients to the big endgame spoiler is nearby. Might as well scan things since I'm here. Oh hey, I have overrun my time. Come back and see me again tomorrow, and I will continue to not question why that big jerk is swimming around in the air. Talk to you soon.